In the last video, we saw a couple of the questions where we found the limit of the functions. In this problem, we have to find the limit of a function 1 over x minus 2 when x is approaching to 2. Let's begin the solution. Every question of limit starts with plugging the value of x. In this case, it is 2 in the function. So, we will begin by plugging 2 in this function, and you can see that we will have 1 over 2 minus 2, which is 1 over 0, which is infinity. Whenever we have infinity or minus infinity, we will split our function into two parts. We will find the left hand limit at 2 and we will find the right hand limit at 2. So for left hand limit at 2, limit x is approaching to 2 minus, because x is approaching to 2 on the left of 2. It does not mean that we will pick minus 2. It simply is saying that x is approaching to 2 from the left of 2. So the answer will be infinity, but we have to pick the right sign of this infinity. Either this is plus infinity or minus infinity. For this, we will do the rough work. Since x is approaching to 2, so first we will mark here 2, and x is approaching to 2 from the left of 2. So x is somewhere on the left of 2. Let's pick a number closer to 2 but on the left of 2. Let's say that number is 1.99. It is closer to 2 but on the left of 2. So the function here is 1 over x minus 2, and here we will put the value of x, which is, we have picked 1.99 minus 2. We can see that the answer of this is going to be negative. 1 over something negative is negative. So this whole term has the negative answer. So we will go back up and put here minus infinity. So we only needed to pick the right sign of infinity, and this is how you choose the sign of infinity. Let's look at the right hand limit. We have to find the limit of when x is approaching to 2 from the right of 2 this time. 1 over x minus 2. We will put the answer infinity, and now we have to choose the sign in the rough work. Since in this case x is approaching to 2 from the right hand side of 2, so x is somewhere on the right hand side. Pick a number closer to 2, actually very close to 2, but on the right hand side. Let's say this time it is 2.01. X is 2.01. Now the function here is 1 over x minus 2, and we will put the value of x, which is 2.01 minus 2. Now we need the sign of this whole term. You can see that 2.01 minus 2 would be something positive. So 1 over something positive is overall positive. So we will go back up and put here plus infinity sign. We can see that the question was to find the limit of the function 1 over x minus 2 at 2. Since when we directly plug 2, we got infinity. So whenever you have infinity, you split your question into two parts and you find the left hand limit. And we saw that the left hand limit answer was minus infinity, and then you find the right hand limit, and we saw that in this case it was plus infinity. Since the left hand limit and the right hand limit are not definite numbers, so we will say that limit in this problem does not exist. Let's look at another question. In this question, we are going to find the limit x approaching to 5 for a function minus 1 over x minus 5 whole square. Let's begin finding the solution. We know that every question of the limit is started by directly plugging in the number. And here the number is 5. When we directly plug in the number here, we get minus 1 over 5 minus 5 whole square. In denominator we have 5 minus 5 is 0, 0 square is 0, so we have 0. And our answer is minus infinity. Now the rule for when you get infinity or minus infinity is that you split your question into two parts. You find the left hand limit and you find the right hand limit. For left hand limit, you write limit x is approaching to 5 and this minus sign because it's a left hand limit. X is approaching to 5 from the left of 5 and the function here is minus 1 over x minus 5 whole square. And you find the right hand limit. X is approaching to 5 plus, because x is approaching to 5 on the right of 5, and the function is minus 1 over x minus 5 whole square. Now for the left hand limit, you can see that in the beginning you got minus infinity when you plug 5. So I will just put left hand limit answer as infinity and I will put the right hand limit answer as infinity, even if I got minus infinity in the beginning. So both the answers for the left hand limit and the right hand limit are infinity and infinity, but then we will decide on the right appropriate sign for the left hand limit and the right hand limit, and that we would do as a part of the rough work. So to decide the sign of infinity on the left hand side, we know that x is approaching to 5 from the left of 5. So pick some x on the left of 5. Let me pick 4.9. The function here is minus 1 over x minus 5 whole square. So when we put x equal to 4.9 in this function, we get minus 1 over 4.9 minus 5 whole square. Now we don't need the answer of this term. We just need the sign, either it is positive or negative. We can see that 4.9 minus 5 is negative. Negative term whole square is positive. So we have minus 1 over something positive. Negative divided by positive is negative. So we got a negative sign. We'll go back up on the left hand side, and along with infinity we will put minus sign. So left hand limit is minus infinity. Now to decide the sign of the right hand limit for infinity, we will mark 5 here because x is approaching to 5 and x is approaching to 5 from the right of 5. We will pick some number here closer to 5 but on the right of 5. Let me pick 5.01. Remember that you have to pick a number very close to 5. So we are picking 5.01 as x. So the function is minus 1 over x minus 5 whole square, and in the place of x we are putting 5.01 minus 5 whole square. Now we can see that 5.01 minus 5 is positive. Positive term whole square is also positive. So here we got negative 1 over something positive. Negative divided by positive is negative. So we will go back up, and in the part of right hand limit along with infinity we will put a minus infinity sign. Now you can see here that both the left hand limit and the right hand limit answers are minus infinity. So it is not necessarily true that whenever you have to find the right hand limit your answer will be plus infinity. It could also be negative infinity. We can try one more example. This time we have to find the limit of x is approaching to, let's say, 4 for a function 1 over x minus 4 whole square. To find its solution, we know that every question of limit starts with plugging the value of x in the function. X is approaching to 4, so we will plug x equal to 4 in the function, and we see that we get 1 over 4 minus 4 whole square, which is 1 over 0, and it is infinity. Now we know that whenever we get infinity, we will split our question into two parts. One is the left hand limit, where we have to find limit when x is approaching to 4 from the left of 4, and the function is 1 over x minus 4 whole square. And we will find the right hand limit when x is approaching to 4 from the right side of 4, and the function is 1 over x minus 4 whole square. So both answers will be placed as infinity, but later on we will find the right signs of these infinity. So for the left hand side case, when x is approaching to 4 from the left of 4, so pick some number x on the left of 4. Let us pick 3.9. It is close to 4 but on the left of 4. We have the function here as 1 over x minus 4 whole square. In the place of x we will put 3.9 minus 4. We can see that 3.9 minus 4 will be negative, but negative whole square will be positive. So 1 over something positive, the whole term sign is positive. 1 is positive divided by positive in denominator, so it is positive. We will go back up on the left hand side case, and here we will put a plus sign. For the left hand limit we got the answer plus infinity. Now to decide on the sign for the right hand limit case, we will mark here 4. Since x is approaching to 4 from the right of 4, so we will pick some x on the right of 4. Let's pick 4.01. The function here we have is 1 over x minus 4 whole square. So in the place of x, we will put 4.01 minus 4, and we will compute its whole square. Remember that we don't need the value here, we only need the sign here. So 4.01 minus 4 is positive, positive whole square is also positive, so 1 over something positive, the answer is positive. So we will go back up, and on the right hand side case we'll put the sign as plus for infinity. So in this problem, when we had to find the limit x was approaching to 4 for a function x minus 4 whole square, when we plugged 4, we got the answer infinity. Whenever you get answer infinity or minus infinity by directly plugging in the number, you have to split your question into two parts. You have to find the left hand limit and the right hand limit. When we found the left hand limit, in this case we got the answer plus infinity, and when we found the right hand limit, as in this case, we got the answer again as plus infinity. Since both the right hand limit and the left hand limit answers are not definite numbers, so we will say that limit here does not exist. In the next videos, you will look at further examples of how to find the limit of the function at the given x.